Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So before we jump into today's episode, I do want to say a couple things. This video might be a bit confusing and kind of all over the place. I didn't exactly have a game plan of what to record and when to record. Today's just been one of those days where everything's been hectic, busy, and a million things to do in a short period of time. But today we got to talk to the owner of the dealership that we work with GEA. So there's some really interesting things he said. He got to show us some how the program on the computer works. I did videotape a bit of the service of how the robot gets serviced and what exactly gets done in a service. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Luke. Make sure you subscribe, give it a thumbs up.
Look for this logo for honest Canadian dairy.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got some goodies right here. New cover for the robot. Some veneer panels for the cross gutter in the back of the barn. And finally, our cow brush. Hopefully that thing's going in today. So those guys are here doing the 3-month service on the robots. That cow brush, we've been waiting for that thing for about 3 months now. They sent the cow brush to my dealer, but they didn't send the mounts, so we were waiting on the mounts. Believe he has them now, I'm not too sure. But right now, in the moment, we're gonna let them keep working on the robots. I'm not gonna debug them too much right now. We'll probably catch up with them later today, but right now, I'm gonna take the truck over to the other farm. My dad already made the 2 loads, so it's gonna be a quick trip. Just gonna load the stuff that's on the ground there into the truck. And I'm gonna come back and keep working here. Made it back to the farm now here. We're gonna go check in on them and see how far they got on servicing these robots. Not quite sure if they're done yet or not, but we're just gonna see what they're doing and see maybe if the owner of Titech here can explain kind of what is all involved in doing a service. So this is my dealer Titech. His name is Tyler. So question you guys might have is why exactly are we doing a 3-month service on these robots? So hopefully he can explain exactly why.
Like Luke said, my name is Tyler Blahnik. I'm the owner of Titech GEA. We're the milking equipment dealer in Manitoba. And it's our pleasure to be working with Ross Holsteins, Luke here, doing a good job. Cows are really adapted well to the robots. And
the Northern Dairyman.
The Northern Dairyman.
That's right.
And today we're doing our 3-month service. So involved with that, I mean, it's very crucial to do service on these robots. They're being used 24 hours a day, getting quite a few milkings out of them. And yeah, so today we're changing diaphragms, a couple other little maintenance issues, greasing stuff up, and getting it done to optimize the milking, to speed things up and make things go good.
Do your work, don't mind me.
I'm done now.
What is this?
There's the cable.
So this is a cable that came out of one of the cups. It's a lift cable. It just got worn out, so they replaced it. A nice new one. So this is robot number 2 right here. They already finished servicing it. So if you guys seen my last video where I changed out a diaphragm, these are exactly what they all replaced with stronger, whiter ones. And that all goes in there. They switched out the diaphragms. Also, what else do you guys do to this robot to make it serviceable?
Today we had a kickoff sensor. So this is one of the sensors for each quarter.
So this is a kickoff sensor. What exactly does this do?
So the kickoff sensor detects if the cow actually kicked off the unit, so it doesn't suck up any crap or whatever. So it'll shut off the vacuum and then reattach if it were to kick off. So this one was malfunctioning, so we ended up changing it.
So this robot right here, they changed out. There's cables in here, right there. They replaced one of those. It was kind of worn out. And then same thing, all the diaphragms got updated to the new ones. Right now, they're replacing a top cover that's just been missing. So when they come to service robots, instead of shutting both robots off, they do service one and keep one running. And then as soon as they're done servicing one, they start that one back up and then shut down the other robot and service the next robot. Because you don't want to have both robots down when you're doing a service like this, because it does take a bit of time. So we always want to make sure those cows are getting milked 24/7.
Okay, so Luke, what we're doing here, we want to double check on the maintenance that the camera is set up properly and the camera's seeing the targets for each cup properly. So
yeah, so right now they're done their service on robot 1 and we're just doing a final inspection of the camera. Make sure it all lines up right, I believe.
Yeah. So we're going here on DAG tool. So on DAG tool here, we get to see everything how the robot's functioning. This is robot number 2 right now. So we're gonna hit stop here, hit number 1, start, and then so this is all our valves, our air purge valves, our water valves here, post dip. I don't know if you can see the cursor here, post dip, pre-dip. So our robot can also pre-dip, as well as we have, here's the safety valves. So no T-tip can ever enter into the milk stream. If these safety valves fail, the robot is down as it's not safe to be able to ship milk. So that's why these safety valves are in place. Down here, these are our cups. That's one of the cables you saw we replaced. The cable got stretched out, so we replaced one of the cables. So this is how we adjust the cups up and down. And then we have our kickoff sensors, the one we had changed. When milk flow is detected, that would go on. OMPs, over milk protection. Color, it's sensing color for each quarter, conductivity for each quarter. So this is just a diagnostic tool, so we can see what's going on here. Over here also we have water for the cups, water for the camera, air for the camera, so we can energize and test all these functions out. Down here is more in our milk module here. It says right there, milk module. So we have our good milk side and our dump milk side. So that's for each quarter. This is what the robot will determine. If it's good milk, it's going in here. When it's doing its cleaning and everything else, we're going here. When it's teat dipping and stuff, pre-dipping, stripping, all that's going on the dump side and going into our calf milk receiver, which will get dumped down the drain.
So for maybe some of you guys watching, that may look a bit confusing, but obviously Tyler here knows exactly what he's talking about. Even for me, just looking at this screen, it is a bit confusing, so it's good he knows what he's doing.
And over here, we got some more tabs up here, milking schematic. So this is kind of showing all the robot here. We have this is the calf milk receiver we were talking about. So here's the level sensor. It's on low, medium, high, and it's variable speed. Here's our tank milk receiver. So as the milk fills up, it's going to start at a certain speed. If it gets too high, more for washing and stuff, it's going to kick in high speed and get that milk to the tank. All our valves. So this is just a good diagnostic tool to see what's going on as what's happening if there's ever to become an issue. We go to the next tab, Monobox Handling. So this is now, it shows you a picture of the top view of the robot. This is where we can go into service mode and we can energize any one of these sensors or valves or whatever. So we have our feeding gate, our box length. We can index 3 positions: short, medium, and long, for depending on the size of the cow. We have a feeding gate, open or closed. In the end, we got our different feeds. So in this farm, we only have 1 feed. So if there was, it also has a sensor on the hopper if the feed runs out. So we can do up to 4 feeds plus a liquid. Here we just have the one dairy robot pellet here. So cow detection front and rear. It's telling us where the cow is in the stall. We also have a cow trainer to help get the cow out of the box if she hangs around. We have an udder light, which is really cool for manual attachment. Floor flush, gutter wash, horn. Never hooked up a horn, but I guess we could do that one day for fun. Entrance, exit gates. So if you had guided exit options, you have some more options here. So
that screen right there, all the green lights that turn on are the ones that are active, correct?
Correct.
So you see upper light, that one's green, and that means it's active. Where all the white ones are, they're not active right now.
That is a great point, Luke. And yeah, there's a bunch of other tabs to get kind of more in depth, so we don't really need to get into that. This is for the milk meter calibration, flow sensor calibration, stuff like that. So what we want to do here now, we want to go to motion control here. And up here, this tells us this is how we can teach CIP, which is cleaning in place when we want to wash the system. When it goes back at the home position and wants to wash. So we do that at our services. We teach CIP position, and when it's in CIP, we want to make sure over here that we're not over 1 amp. It's at 0.3, but not sure where I don't think the drive's in CIP right now. So what we want to do, we want to move. We're going to click on here, move into box. Okay, you're going to see some values change here and stuff. So it's going into the box. And then what we want to do is we're going to use our vision tool kind of app here. We're going to pick number 1 robot up here.
So what I've been wanting to show you guys on the channel here is on these robots, you can actually see from the computer exactly what the camera sees down at the robot. So that's exactly what they're doing right here, right now.
Okay, so here we're logged into robot 1 on the GEA vision service tool. And it's just showing us here where our targets are, where the little plus signs are. So we want these back cups up a little bit. And you're gonna see our technician Jack here. If you can kind of see him, hold on 1 minute, I'm gonna get him to go a little bit closer. So we got technician Jack here. He's one of our robot techs. You can kind of see him going down. Yeah, so you get a good picture. So this is what the robot sees. And so it's very important for the farmer, the customer, to clean cameras. We want a camera descale, and we also want a camera clean at least once a day on both. I recommend several cleanings, but that's up to the farmer and what kind of performance he wants out of it. But I know Luke is a good guy, and he cleans that camera every 10 minutes.
I keep up to the robot maintenance on the arm very well.
Attaboy.
Once a day.
Attaboy. All right, so cups are in good shape here. Everything looks good. We've adjusted it, so this is number 1. So yeah, and then we're all good to go. So
that was the final step on servicing the robot. They just made sure all the cups are exactly where they should be. And now they're gonna fire it back up and get some cow's milk. So they're gonna get both robots going here right away, but first we're gonna do a complete full system restart. So I'm gonna walk you guys through the steps and exactly how that works. We're gonna do one because this morning I've been noticing on the computer here, some buttons have been pretty laggy, so we're gonna just restart the whole computer. So we got Jack here, he's gonna walk us through the steps on exactly how this is done. So first things first, we're gonna be shutting down both these robots. So that big switch there kills the robot, that's robot 1. And then we're gonna kill this robot 2 here. We're gonna come back in here to the mechanical room. He shut that box off.
That is the supply unit.
The supply unit. And then down here, the Velos.
The Velos.
What exactly is a Velos?
Velos is what communicates with the computer. So we're just gonna shut that off. We don't need to shut the whole networking system off.
We're just gonna unplug the brains.
Yep, yeah, we could shut them off for a minute. That's the Cow Scout here. That's the other Velos, which does their Cow Scout heat activity.
So shut those both off. So then we're gonna come into the office here.
We're gonna shut all the applications off that are running. You can do it this way here at the file exit. Feeding milking will stop. Anyways, you're closing. You want to close all these applications going. If we actually just go here to restart, it's probably going to prompt you that there's some other programs running, and we're just going to say close anyways, restart anyways. Here we go. We had 2 going, and we are restarting. And then we do the exact reverse sequence to get this thing back going. It does take a couple minutes to boot up several devices, so we can show you that.
So we shut this whole computer down, restart it. Then we're gonna go back in here. Gonna plug in the brains back in. So we'll start that one back up and that one.
I think what we will do, we'll end up coming here and we're gonna put a toggle switch in here, so it'll make it a little bit easier to restart that.
So I plugged in those back in. This ply unit, turn that back on.
We're gonna turn it back on.
So then you come down here and flick the robot on. All you do is flick the switch on.
You gotta hit that.
And then remember, you have to hit that little R. So what that little R does, it gives the robot air, right, I think? Yeah. So that makes sure the robot receives air. If you don't hit that little R button, you're not gonna have air in the robot. So same thing, robot 1, and then you're gonna hit the little R. And if you come down here, you can see it booting up. So we're gonna hit start system, and then all it's gonna do is boot up, and then it should be good to go. It's a little bit later this evening now. Right now I'm pushing the cows that I have to grab for fetch cows. So they got the robots all serviced, everything's A-OK, 100% working very well. So then we come over here. This is where we install the cow brush. And as you can see, there's a few cows hanging out here. So right now we just install it. There's no power to the motor, so it is not functional right now. So I will show this in probably another video once we get an electrician here and hook it all up properly. This is the cow brush we got here. So they can do their back and their side at the exact same time. And these cows are gonna love it. There's already a few cows playing with it. And I can guarantee you when we get this thing hooked up properly, there's gonna be a cow under this thing all the time. For all these cows being tie stall cows, they've never even had a brush like this before in their life. It's their first time seeing one. As you can see, they're already they just scratched their head on already, and it's not even turning. So I'm gonna show this in a future video, probably once we get it all hooked up properly. So another thing, thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button for me, and I hope you guys see you in the next one.